What's going on, everybody? So remember that video that I put out yesterday? I was super excited, couldn't contain my excitement, just wanted to give you guys the information as soon as possible. Well, today there's even more good news and more awesome, amazing changes, and I'm going to share them with you right now. The only reason I didn't get to these patch notes sooner was because I was stuck in Reading trying to get my phone from FedEx. It was an absolute nightmare. So this is what's going on. These are the new changes. Get ready because it is freaking awesome. All right. So this is from Luxandra. This is, oh God, 3 hours ago. I'm sure you guys have already seen it, but just in case, there's some crazy diehard fans out there that just wait for, Celendi's post. Here we go. So, Luxandra, please note that this list is not all-encompassing and is intended as an early look into a number of changes included within the most recent PTR build. This change list will be regularly updated up through retail release of the game version. And you know what, guys? One of these days, I'll probably stop reading this part. But for now, I guess we'll just have to deal with it. So, Spotlight. These are all the big changes, but there's so much good stuff in here. So, let's get right into it. So, Tempest Heart, the Mirkgard Expedition. So the final showdown against Isabella is upon you. Enter the Tempest Heart, pursue the Tempest into a corrupted dimension of reality through the twisted capital city of Mirkgard. Discover the secrets of her past while you dive deeper into her corrupted mind. So this sounds really cool. Like we're going to be inside her mind, like a different dimension type of thing. Pretty neat. The Tempest Heart is an endgame expedition for 5 players. Recommended for level 60 plus players with gear scores between 550 and 570. Now, that's one of the questions I had about this. Like, why is it not 600? I just don't see the point for us going in there. I mean, unless they turn, they add it to the mutated rotation. So with that, that would be great. That would be awesome. Really, really awesome. So main storyline, finale, quest, and more. The main story questline picks up as you pursue Isabella back to Shattered Mountain. The final quest, the Heart of the Tempest, is given by Ysolt Meredith. And Ysolt Meredith, he's the guy that gives you like the pushing back quest or something like that up there for where you get your free orbs and stuff. So they're located at Mountain Home Outpost in Shattered Mountain. Additional repeatable quests can be taken from Mara Rosa in the cathedral just south of the expedition entrance. So, new weapon, Blunderbuss. The Blunderbuss is a ranged weapon that offers high mobility coupled with potent close to mid-range DPS. It's the first weapon to scale on strength and intelligence, making it a good companion for bruiser or mage builds. The containment tree is all about closing the gap and unloading hot lead into your enemy's face. Conversely, the chaos tree focuses on keeping your distance and bombarding areas with explosive area of effect damage. New legendary weapon quest. So with the weapon, we're also going to get the legendary quest. And that's going to be from Wang Tang Z in Ebonscale Reach Settlement. World experience. So world additions, rewarding exploration. Now this part is so cool. This is what I've been waiting for. It's not quite there yet, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. So world additions, rewarding exploration. Buckle up, guys. New experiences have been added across the world for players to discover. This is awesome. So, world paintings, vista views. 2 easels can be found in each territory. Upon interacting with these easels, players will be given a painting of the view for their house. If a player loses their painting, they can reacquire it by visiting the same easel again 24 hours later. So, just a cool little thing that you're going to get just from, exploring the world. This kind of stuff, they need more of this. This kind of stuff is awesome. Adds a whole new dynamic to the game. Thank you guys. Thank you, AGS. This is what I've been waiting for. Raffle Bones, the loot collector. Raffle Bones. I like this. Check this out. Raffle Bones rummages around Eternum for lost treasure and goods. He will spawn all around the map at various levels in every territory. When players encounter Raffle Bones, they will have 45 seconds to kill him in order to get rewards, or else he'll flee. Players will always be awarded a named weapon. In addition, level 60 players will be given Obsidian Gypsum on kill of any level Raffle Bones. Raffle Bones who are found in zones that go above level 60 will level 60 players 500 umbral shards as well. So just like, I've been talking about world bosses and dynamic events and stuff. Well, this is kind of like that. It's really cool. So there's another one named Stinky the Hunter. Stinky, the legendary hunter, can be found wandering around the swamps of Weaver's Fen throughout the day, and while at night, he retreats to his humble abode. Stinky can drop 3 named items for level 30 players: Stinky's Keepsake, Stinky's Sharpshooter, and Stinky's Hatchet. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I wish I was a new player just starting out so I could get all these great things. I mean, this is so cool. There's another one, the Forgotten Yeti. So a population of Yeti didn't get the memo that the winter convergence has passed and can be found wandering the frozen wastelands of the Great Cleve. These Yetis drop level 45 standard elite rewards. Also cool stuff. Roadside encounters. New random roadside encounters can be found along routes in Weaver's Fen and Restless Shores. Just inside thing, me and my wife have fought over this name for so long. Route 66, Route 66. It's whatever. I'm not going to tell you which one I think it is. Unbound Island. Revamp the layout and encounter experience for Unbound Island and Cutlass Keys. Go forth and uncover the curse of Benjamin Boatswain's ill-gotten treasure. Again, for early level 30 players. Really, really cool. Andromedus. Revamp the layout and encounter experience for Andromedus and Weaver's Fen. Blight continues to spread from Lepus, threatening to consume Eternum for mid-level 30 players. So they're really doing a lot of stuff to Weaver's Fen, I see. So here's some really good stuff. Notable world bug fixes. So they fixed an issue with Eden Grove faction missions in progress that cannot be turned in after a new build is released. Added the active bonuses section to the faction mission flyout. Fix an issue where players can't accept certain community goals after they refresh on the project board. Added a fix to address potential crash candidates in the objective system. Added an auto grant to faction advancement quests when players switch factions. So that's cool. Fix an issue where gatherables don't always sync their state to the client. Fix an issue where Neku Manish, he's the little alligator dude, and Barkamedes quest pins appear off to the side of the map if they are unpinned and repinned. Reduce the difficulty in early game point of interest and main story quest paths through level 15. Adjusted certain enemies that were the wrong gameplay tier for their location, and adjusted number of AI in some POIs to prevent back spawning in solo play. Fix several areas where players could drown on land, and Tier 4 housing added to Reekwater and Evanscale Reach settlements. I can't wait to see what those are like. General fixes for bad collision, bad death planes, camp placements in camp allowable areas, holes in the world, floating objects, flickering or missing textures, and AI and gatherables under terrain or cliffs. So general AI, so they fixed a bunch of AI stuff. This is, all new stuff, so I'm going to read the whole thing, guys. Bear with me. Updated AI target acquisition in the open world to avoid targeting players who are not actively engaged in a fight. Initial target acquisition remains unchanged with the AI attacking the first player they detect. Once an AI has their initial target, they will only evaluate additional players if they take an aggressive act, like attacking the AI, taunting, healing a player, fighting the AI, etc. Expeditions, invasions, and outpost rush AI do not use these new target acquisition rules, meaning those AI will acquire targets as they have in the past. Introduce a grace period to AI aggro on spawn. So basically this will prevent AI from aggroing on players until 5 seconds after their spawn begins or until they're damaged. This delay affects AI that spawn naturally in the open world. Dungeon AI and AI spawned by events such as corrupted breaches are unaffected. Fix an issue causing AI to target players who use a taunt ability just prior to entering Death's Door. Fixed an issue preventing AI from targeting another player after their target vaulted over an object. Varangian Knights fix an issue causing status effect VFX from debuffs and damage over time abilities to show up at their feet. Fixed a visual issue where Varangian Knights were not gripping their weapons, and fixed a visual issue with the Varangian Scout's armor. Ancient Guardian updated the sound effects players can hear when an Ancient Guardian revives after dying. Fixed an issue causing the Ancient Guardian Mage's Arcane Bubble spell to not be visible. Invasion Commander fixed an issue causing the Invasion Commander to not deal damage to structures. Damn it. Dynasty Summoner. Fix an issue with the Summoner's ambient animations that would show his magical swords floating several feet below him. Corrupted Villager Skinner and Farmhands with the knife and the pitchfork. Remove bleed from triple stab and charge attack. Timberwolf. Remove direct damage component of the grit-enabled hamstring attack so that it now only applies bleed. Grey Wolf. Remove bleed and grit from the lunge attack. And adjusted lunge attack to reduce the frequency of it translating past the player on hit. Corruption Impaler. Remove grit and full body reaction from backhand / melee attack. Withered Retcher. Remove pushback on projectile attack. And Drown Grenadier. Granada. Removed full body reaction from bomb projectile. Expeditions. So update the queue requirements for expeditions to only, oh, this is big, only require one person at the entrance while porting the other players in. So no more, we're waiting on you, we need 3 people, just one. Very good change. Fix an issue where boss music would stop playing after a party wipe in the Dynasty Shipyard Expedition. Updated Expedition victory banners to play unique sound effects. For Amrine Excavation, Simon Gray finally figured out how to get that blasted cage off his head. He now has a new unique model and coloring, so that's kind of cool. And some Garden of Genesis stuff. So Blighted Greenskeeper fixed an issue causing the Blighted Greenskeeper to sometimes kill players who were behind her boulders. Fix an issue causing the Blighted Greenskeeper's group wipe ability to kill players who were already in Death's Door. Fix an issue causing players who were downed by the Blighted Greenskeeper's group wipe ability to be permanently slowed. And fix an issue where the animation for interacting with the Azoth sapling in Garden of Genesis could stutter and fail randomly. For mutators, a couple changes here. Difficulty of named AI have been tuned down, while bosses have been tuned up. So this is like maybe the guy that, don't even want to bring it up. Forbidden Company. Don't even want to bring it up, but this is good. This is good stuff. Tooltips for major curses no longer appear on mutator difficulties less than 9. Desiccated. Fix an issue that would sometimes stop combustible chains from continuing to chain if there were valid targets. Fix an issue allowing combustible to deal damage to invulnerable AI. Fix an issue causing the combustible timer to show the wrong text when hovered over. And Eternal. Paranoid no longer triggers on damage over time effects. So here's an awesome change. Inventory while moving. And this is going to be one of the combat changes. In this update, we're making a highly requested quality of life improvement. You can now move while using your inventory. Whether you're using directional inputs or auto run, opening your inventory will no longer stop you in your tracks. Feel free to examine your loot or swap your gear while running to your next point of interest. Be careful while you're on the move, though, because you won't be allowed to change equipment if you are in combat, which brings us to the next new feature. In-combat system. The new in-combat system tracks when the player is actively engaged in any type of combat and restricts some actions accordingly. When a player enters combat, their health, mana, and stamina bars will become visible, and a crossed swords icon will appear to the right of their health bar. While in this state, the combat state, the player will not be able to change abilities or equipment. This replaces the previous functionality that prevented abilities and equipment from being changed while abilities were on cooldown. So we've got a bunch of general changes. Fix an issue where shield blocking sound effects would be heard instead of the equipped weapons blocking sound effects. Fix an issue where weapon sheathing and unsheathing sound effects would not always change after equipping a different weapon. Updated the musket sharpshooter critical reload ability to have a sound effects when it occurs. Fix an issue where players could drop below 0 mana. Road speed boost. So speed buff can now be applied to players using emotes that allow movement. All right. Weapon sheathing. Fix an issue where the sheath and unsheath animations for weapons would loop if the player started or stopped moving while one was playing. Fix an issue where the player's weapon could remain equipped instead of sheathing when in the prone position. Healing. Fix an issue where incoming healing efficiency modification was incorrectly being capped at 50% instead of 100%. Ammo updates. Flint arrows. These arrows have been removed from the game due to the addition of infinite ammo. Wait, what? To the addition of infinite ammo. What's infinite ammo? Any flint arrows previously created will become iron arrows. Additionally, any flint arrows posted on the trading post will be canceled and returned as iron arrows to the player who posted the listing. Infinite ammo. Players can now fire ranged weapons, muskets, bows, and blunderbuss without equipping ammo. If no ammo is equipped, the ammo counter will not be displayed on the reticle and the weapon will still be allowed to fire. If players have higher tier ammo equipped in a game mode that provides infinite ammo such as Outpost Rush, an infinity icon will appear on the reticle instead to distinguish it from having no ammo equipped. Ammo rarity and damage tiers have been updated as follows. So T1 infinite, previously flint, is one-time damage. Oh, so flint arrows are now free. So you'll never run out of ammo. If you don't have any of the good ammo, you can have flint. Is that what's going on? Did I miss something, or is this... Wow. So iron is going to be a little bit more damage, another 5% damage, I guess. Steel, 1.10% damage. Star metal, 1.15, and orichalcum is 1.20. Ammo weight has been removed, and increased maximum stat count from ammo from 500 to 1,000. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I missed the infinite ammo update, or if this is, I mean, it looks like it's starting right now with this. Musket, bow, and blunderbuss without equipping ammo. That's awesome. That's a big freaking change, huge change. Okay, so the blunderbuss is a ranged weapon that offers high mobility coupled with potent close to mid-range DPS. It's the first weapon to scale on strength and int, making it a good companion for... we already read this, okay. So we've got some weapon changes. I'm assuming you guys want me to read all that, so I'm going to go ahead and read all that. So bow. Fix an issue where bow status effects could not be extended via perks or other bonuses. Fire Staff, burning, updated the burning debuff applied by several Fire Staff abilities, so increased damage tick rate from 1.5 seconds to 1 second, so it's going to be every 1 second. Decrease maximum stacks from 10 to 5, increase damage per stack from 3% weapon damage per tick to 6%. Updated tooltips for all affected abilities, and fix an issue that prevented players from interrupting repeated light attacks with a block. Burnout. This ability now ends early if the player traverses into deep water. Oh, that's right. That sucks. So, Great Axe, everything. No more cruising across the water while everybody has to trudge through the mud. You're going to get... It's not going to work anymore. That's stupid. No, it's not stupid. I just don't like it. Flamethrower. Accelerating Flamethrower... fix an issue where the perk did not properly scale its potency with gear score. So Great Axe Charge, same thing. Deep water, you're stuck. Bloodlust, adjusted detection volume to prevent exploits between dueling players. So Hatchet, Raging Torrent, Refreshing Torrent, fix issue where the final attack of Raging Torrent was not triggered in the cooldown reduction from this perk. And some Feral Rush changes. Energizing Feral Rush, fixed an issue where this perk would not apply the stamina gain on both hits of Feral Rush. And Feral Rush now ends early if the player traverses into deep water. Wah, wah, wah. Ice Gauntlet. A bunch of changes here for the Ice Gauntlet and Life Staff. So, fix an issue where heavy attacks could be charged with insufficient mana and a light attack would be performed at the end of the charge. This functionality has been changed so that attempting to charge without sufficient mana will instead trigger a light attack immediately. Fix an issue that prevented players from interrupting repeated light attacks with a block. Okay, Entombed, Healing Tomb. Fixed an issue that prevented this perk from functioning properly if the player exited the entombed state by dodging. Heavy Freeze, fixed the typo in the description. Oh, thank goodness for that. Always welcome changes, in my opinion. Ice Spikes, fixed an issue where the mighty spike visuals would not appear in some circumstances. And Wind Chill, fixed an issue where this ability could trigger the Defiant Freeze passive even when canceled. Now some Life Staff changes. Orb of Protection fixed a text error with the tooltip that stated it healed for 10% weapon damage when it actually healed for 8%. Actual healing values were not changed, only text was corrected. Sacred Protection fixed an issue which caused this passive to deal durability damage to the equipped weapon when swapping. Spirit United fixed an issue which caused this passive to deal durability damage to the equipped weapon when swapping. Sacred Ground, so Blessed Upgrade. Okay, change the name of this upgrade to be Anointed so as not to be confused with the item perk of the same name. So fix an issue where this upgrade provided healing through Ice Gauntlet's Entombed ability. Basic attacks, light and heavy attacks can now be canceled by self-targeted heals, so that's kind of cool. Fixed an issue that allowed light attacks to fire at a faster rate while holding the block button. And Divine Embrace fixed an issue where the channeling UI element did not match the actual casting time of the ability. Alright, so Musket, Shooter Stance, fixed an issue where Shooter Stance was increasing the meter for the censored mutator if the player entered and exited the stance without ability going on cooldown. It will now only increment of the meter after the first shot is fired while in Shooter Stance. Marksman, fixed an issue where this upgrade was not functioning properly. Back It Up, fixed an issue where this passive was disabled while using Sticky Bomb. And Critical Reload, fixed an issue that caused the sound effects for this passive to play incorrectly and improved the reliability of hit counting. Rapier, Tondo, fixed an issue where using Evade to cancel Tondo could result in the damage being dealt without showing the visual effect. Flurry, fixed an issue where this ability could not be canceled using Flesh. And Flesh, this ability now ends early if the player traverses into deep water. Momentum, fixed an issue where the visual effects for this passive would persist even if the rapier was sheathed or swapped. Sword and Shield, Leadership, fixed an issue which caused this passive to deal durability damage to the equipped weapon when swapping. Leaping Strike, this ability now ends early if the player traverses into deep water. And Counterattack, fix an issue that caused this ability to stop functioning and display zeros for all of its values. Void Gauntlet, Heavy Attack, fix an issue where a heavy attack could be charged with insufficient mana and a light attack would be performed at the end of the charge. This functionality has been changed so that attempting to charge without sufficient mana will instead trigger a light attack immediately, same as the whatever the heck it was. Warhammer Path of Destiny, the coolest sound in the game. Stimulated Reduction, updated description to specify that the cooldown reduction only occurs on the first 4 enemies hit by this skill. Mighty Gavel, Justice for All, fixed an issue that causes the second hit to refresh the cooldown of the ability. And Outnumber, fixed an issue that prevented this passive from functioning when its conditions were met. Items, Vial of Weirdwood Sap, fixed an issue where the perk granted by this item was referred to as both Gathering Restoration and Gathering Recovery in different parts of the UI. It is now called Gathering Recovery in all instances. Chain Elemental Perks, fixed an issue where these perks did not include the amount of damage the chain effect deals. They now list the chain deals 11% weapon damage. Well, that's good. I was always wondering about that. Damage Ward Perks. The Abyssal Ward perk provided by Amethyst Gems previously had a higher damage absorption rate than the other gems which provided elemental defense. In this update, we are bringing up the values provided by all gems across the board in order to normalize this change. So they're going to increase everything instead of bring the Abyssal down, so that's good. Gems that provide physical resistance have had a smaller increase, however, since physical damage tends to be more common. So Abyssal Ward adjusted the damage absorption provided by this perk from 2.5, 3.5, 5, and 6 to 3, 4, 5, and 6. Only Tier 1 and Tier absorption was changed. Thrush / Strike Ward increased damage absorption amount from 2, 2.5, 3, 3.75, all the way to 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, excuse me, getting rid of those decimals. Strike Ward fixed an issue where this perk incorrectly stated it reduced lightning damage. Lightning Strike, Strike Ward, I like that. That's funny. That's really funny. Ancient Ice, Fire, Nature, and Lightning Ward increased damage absorption rate from 2, 2.5, 3, 3 and a 3/4 to 3, 4, 5, and 6, making it easier and up to where the Abyssal, I guess, was. Fixed an issue where weapon passive abilities such as Sacred Protection were being removed when consuming potions due to the weapon being sheathed. Bloodletting increased bleeding duration bonus from 5% and 5 to 15% to 10 to 30%, so double. So bleed is going to be a little more relevant now. Or the duration. Okay, the duration. Same thing. I mean, it's still damage, more damage overall. Burning, increased burning duration bonus from 5 to 15 to 10 to 30 as well. And Divine fixed an issue where this perk bonus was being removed on death. So with this being said and some of the crazy bugs they were talking about, all these luck theories I'm starting to think are probably legit. So if you've ever had a question about the luck, imagine that, having a question about luck. And, you know, the pearls and dying and everything being reset, I absolutely 100% believe that all these luck theories and bugs and discrepancies and just crazy weird things can and probably are happening. So please, AGS, please, Slendy's asking you, the whole community's asking you, everybody's asking you, and either Luxendra or Shadow Fox, I know you guys had mentioned that they're listening. I just want to reiterate, please, please give us some answers on luck. Plus, it would make me look really cool because I would finally be able to deliver a video where the luck answers were answered, or the luck questions were answered. I'm an idiot, so sorry. But yeah, luck, please, for the love of God, please give us some answers. All right, moving on. Plentiful shells and plentiful arrows. Updated the descriptions for these perks for clarity and added previously unlisted 2-second cooldown. And retaliate. This perk has been reworked from giving a damage bonus for 3 hits after being hit 3 times to giving a 2-second damage bonus after getting hit 1 time. This will not refresh while already active. Game modes. Game mode items such as the Outpost Rush consumables will now auto-equip to your hotbar. Yes, when purchased. Does that go for the wars too? Like the haste pots and stuff? That would be so cool. All these little changes, they add up, man. They get me excited. Players can now queue for wars and invasions from their map. Awesome. Really, really cool. Elite boss arenas. Increase the quantity. Okay, this is good stuff, guys. Listen up. Increase the quantity and quality of rewards that players will receive from reward caches granted from elite boss arenas. Thank you. Successfully completing a boss arena now rewards 50 Umbral Shards. Thank you. And war. Defenders will no longer be able to respawn on points A, B, and C. They can only respawn inside of their fort. Increase the quantity and quality of rewards that players will receive from reward caches granted from war. Yes. Invasion. Increase the quality and quantity, of rewards that players will receive from reward caches granted from invasions. Yes. Outpost Rush. Remove the down state from Outpost Rush so players will now immediately die when hitting 0 health. Credit for killing a player now goes to the player who kills an enemy instead of the player who puts them into death's door. Players will now receive score credit for contesting a control point. Thank you. You know, I had a discussion with this with somebody earlier. I don't know if it was a guildie or somebody else, but they're like, you, oh, forget it. So, all right. Anyway, I think this is a good thing, but whoever was talking to me said something along the lines of, you know, you shouldn't get score credit for contesting of the points because people would just sit there and do that the whole time. But my argument was, but this is like one of the main things that you need to do to win, so you should get points for it. But that's just my opinion, whatever. And yeah, so teams can now see the enemy progress towards a corrupted brute token on the map. Starter Beach. To help the Starter Beach experience, the Watcher now offers players a choice of 4 weapons from a weapon rack to better suit their playstyle. So pretty cool stuff. So instead of starting with a sword, players can choose between Warhammer, Fire Staff, Bow, or Hatchet. Each weapon also comes with chest armor, light healing potions, and some rations. Durability loss. Only your equipped items will take durability loss when you die. Very good. Very good. So they've already made the change where, you know, anything that is bound to you will take durability loss, and things that are unbound, meaning, you know, bind on equip, won't. So now nothing will take durability loss unless you're actually wearing it and it's actually equipped. Oh, what did I do? Okay, I'll stop playing this. Here it is. Player-to-player collision. Player-to-player collision removed from open world expeditions and invasions. Fast travel. Oh, I missed something. Okay. So invasions and wars. Sign up now is available from the map. This is awesome. And this right here is amazing. Removed the cost associated with moving items between territory storage. This is huge, guys. Huge. No more. There was no point in moving stuff from one storage to the other because the cost was so insanely high that it was cheaper to just buy the stuff from the marketplace. And now that cost is gone. They completely removed it. They didn't reduce it. They removed it. So this is awesome. Now storage is going to become more relevant. And look at this. Now I need some help and some clarification in the comments for this one. Your faction no longer needs to own both territories in order to transfer items between your storages. So, does that mean that we can now transfer stuff between any storages, period? Or does your faction still need to own the territory you're in, or do they need to own the territory you're transferring from? Like, how does that work? We're about to find out. I'm going to be testing all this, guys, in the PTR, everything, and I'll let you guys know. But tell me what you guys think that means. Still, let's get some engagement, you know? All right, so fast travel. Fast travel is now more responsive when traveling short distances. Perks, wars and invasions, fixed gates missing VFX upon destruction, and fixed cannons missing ground decals upon impact. Outpost Rush, fixed darkness portal VFX in Outpost Rush, and fixed an issue where Baroness Hane would not play sound effects on some special attacks in the Outpost Rush. So quest updates. New soloable quest options are available for the main story quest to allow players to progress without running certain expeditions. New quests leading players to the legendary blunderbuss weapon reward have been added. New faction missions targeting corrupted breaches can now be found in all zones. Yes. Starting beaches were updated. Weapon racks, yep. Added gypsum as a reward to level 60 quests in Shattered Mountain, Reekwater, and Ebonscale Reach. Added map pins for trial quest NPCs for the faction advancement quest. Removed the level threshold requirements from main story quest, and updated the intro to factions to be more streamlined and include new map and overhead icons for NPCs. Oh, new map and overhead icons. We're not getting a new map, fellas and ladies. Notable fixes. Fix various issues where quest NPC VO was being cut off and had echoes. Fix issues where quest objectives would loop and not allow players to complete the quest. Fix multiple issues where resetting a quest prevented the completion of the quest objectives. Fix issues preventing powder cakes from being placed in shivering timbers. Fix issues with tiger despawning and AI jumping into walls in Ebonscale quest shrine cleansing. Fixed issues where expedition orbs fail to be rewarded after completing certain quests. Fix an issue in Morningdale where 2 quests could be granted simultaneously, blocking progression of 1. Fix an issue in the quest Contained Night that resulted in progress not occurring after crafting. Fix issue where quest VFX would be active for all players on certain quests. Fix issues where quests would have blank objectives. Fix issues involving the Destiny Unearthed quest. Increase the size of hitboxes for Malign nodes found in Malign Dominion quest. Fix issue where quest items were not collectible and objective markers were missing in Ixia's Blessing. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Fix issues that resulted in inconsistent formatting in the HUD and journal for quests. Fix descriptions for several items that were incorrect or confusing. Fix issues where players would collide with invisible objects at Daughterwell and First Light. Fix issues where the quest descriptions didn't match the actual POI's name. Clarified the requirements for the Beautiful Stench quest. Fix an issue where objectives on a subquest would carry over to the next subquest, and move the NPC for down payment quest away from Corrupted Portal spawn location. Economy, progression, and rewards. Yes, let's go. Economy. I haven't read any of this stuff. I read most of the other stuff in my car when I was waiting for FedEx, but this I haven't read. So this is gonna be genuine excitement, not faked. Players will get back half the original purchase cost when abandoning a house. Oh, that is so cool. So cool. Really, really cool. Doubled the storage bonus for all tiers of storage chests. Oh, let's go. That's so awesome. So awesome. Chests that used to provide 200 will now be what? 400. We could do basic math. That's really, really cool. Okay, let me just keep reading. Adjusted the description on storage chests to better indicate the benefit they provide. Thank you. We needed that. Thank you. Adjusted the description on trophies to better clarify the actual benefit provided by these items. Awesome. Tons of quality of life stuff, guys and girls. This is really cool. So rewards. Harvest, log, and mine to uncover hidden stashes of earthly rewards. So elemental motes, coin, and diamond gypsum are waiting to be uncovered as you gather on Eternum. Awesome. So gathering, we're going to get additional things. Elite boss arena keys may now drop from enemies in the surrounding elite zones. Awesome. Fix an issue where expeditions could improperly drop loot intended for areas outside of the expedition. Fix an issue causing ancient tier 5 muskets to sometimes drop from angry earth enemies. Fix an issue causing invasion weapon drops to be exceedingly rare. They should now be significantly more likely. This change also makes the named weapon drops from invasions very slightly more likely. Okay. Crafting corrected buttercream pudding category to attribute foods. All right. The amount, and if you guys are wondering what that is, it used to be listed under like basic food, so you might have dropped yours or threw yours out thinking it was just, hearty meal type of things. So that's good. The amount of materials required to craft elite area tuning orbs have been reduced. They now require 3 runestones down from 5, and 3 of the orb-specific materials like firefox, fancy shells, or glowing swamp moss down from 5. Tooltips for crafting mods have been updated to show the proper ranges based on gear score. The crafting mod selector pop-up is now sorted alphabetically. New perks have been added to the world, and new perk items have also been added. Fixed issue where the upgrade option was erroneously available on tier 4 items. Fix the description text for guardians and guardsmen insignias. Fixed issue where some potions didn't properly apply crafting bonuses that scale with higher or lower tier ingredients. And Shard of Lithomancy and Keeper's Pendant now give max 25 of their stat instead of 30. Gear and loot. Fixed a few visual issues with the light and medium Garden Genesis apparel sets. Fixed a visual issue with the tough and leather chest of the Zealot apparel set. Fixed a few visual issues with Tempest Ice and Void Gauntlets. Fixed an visual issue with the Mixer's Hat, the Lichen Lord apparel set, the Nettle and Heartpiercer rapier skins, Jadeite Dragon armor skin, Stormbound skin, Autumnal Lord's boots, Tempest Guard shirt of the Battle Mage apparel set, and Stone Bark skin. Also, fixed issue that prevented certain trade skill apparel items from being purchasable on the trading post. So that's the... do you guys know what they're talking about there? Because I don't. Fix incorrect icon for Defiled Void Gauntlet. Fix an issue where the Reinforced Steel, Reinforced Star Metal, Reinforced Orichalcum Void Gauntlet charms were not properly displaying their names. Old amulet, rings, and earrings now have the proper trading post categories. And oh yeah, okay, I know what that is. I know what something is. Hey, look at that. I do play the game. Old amulets, rings, earrings now have the proper suffixes for their item name. Crafting patterns now have their own trading post category. Updated the Lifebreaker Warhammer's appearance. It was previously incorrect. Fixed a bug that was scaling gear score from expertise level from gear awarded via fishing quests, and daily cooldowns now refresh each day at 5 a.m. in each server region's time zone. Weekly cooldowns refresh Tuesday at 5 a.m. in each server region's time zone. And 2 more notable bug fixes. The Outpost Rush tutorial pop-up for building gates has been restored. And last but most definitely not least, the notification when selling some items for a multi-item contract has been restored. Oh my God, I thought I was done. All right, so we've got some quality of life. Hey, this is worth it, guys, worth it. Updated the main story quest icon to be more permanent in the compass when pinned to the HUD. Updated the draw order for icons in the compass so the main story quest icon is more prominent. Added header for the main story quest when pinned to the HUD. Added header for the main story quest when viewing its flyout in the map. Added banner for the main story quest in the HUD when it is accepted. Added banner for the main story quest in the HUD when it is completed. Added guide tab to the journal. Added guides for fast travel, housing, and fishing. Updated the fast travel icon to more closely resemble a spirit shrine. Added banner for unlocking fast travel at a spirit shrine in the HUD when it's discovered. Updated, activated, and undiscovered fast travel icon states in the map. Updated spirit shrine flyouts on the map to display the name of the shrine and convey its fast travel status. Updated functionality of help emote list to only display the available emotes. Added loading tip for activity cooldown timers, adding loaded tip for using repair kits and expeditions. Fix various grammatical errors and inconsistent capitalization across the user interface. The progress bar above the always available town projects has been removed since those missions do not have a maximum progress. Player's average gear score now appears on the player's tooltip in the war board. That's really good. And messaging. Fix an issue where inventory notifications displayed inconsistently for equipping and unequipping weapons during combat. Fix an issue with overlapping text for reward descriptions on the quest offer screen. Fix an issue with overlapping text in some languages when selecting a war camp. Fix an issue with overlapping text in some languages when refining and tax titles in the settlement map. Fix an issue with text in Spanish for the mining armor luck perk. Fix an issue with text in Italian where the Baroness's arrival timer displayed incorrectly in Outpost Rush. Added error messages for players attempting to deposit or withdraw from the company treasury if they lack permissions or do not meet the minimum character level requirements. Updated error messages for trading to the proper account age probation restriction rules. Fix an issue where tooltips were obstructed at the bottom of the screen when viewing inventory and mutator expedition information. Fix an issue where tooltips when placing furniture or camps appear too small at 4K resolution. Fix an issue where tooltips for gathering tools displayed incorrectly. Fix an issue where Warhammer icons were not sized correctly. Fix an issue where the infused silk robe hand wraps tooltip icon did not match the in-game model. Fix an issue where the star metal plate helm icon did not match the in-game model. Fix an issue where the visual effects of the heart piercer rapier weapon skin. Fix an issue where the mutator icon displayed incorrectly for undiscovered expeditions with active mutations. Fix an issue where the mutator menu displayed an unlock requirement message when the player was at the maximum difficulty. Fix an issue where the highest completed rank was not visible when entering an expedition with a mutation. Fix an issue where the inventory discard prompt displayed incorrectly when a player held the shift key over equipped items. Fix an issue where the camp distance warning timer notification did not reset after making a new camp. Fix an issue where the camp out of range banner displayed incorrectly. Fix an issue where players receive invites to companies that no longer exist. Fix an issue where tooltip text would occasionally exceed margins of the box. Fix an issue where compass icons for Baroness Hane and Corrupted Portal would not appear during Outpost Rush. Usability. So they fixed an issue in the storage shed where players could accidentally open reward containers when holding down the shift key and rapidly left-clicking to store reward containers. That's good. Fix an issue in the storage shed where an item could move into the inventory when the player attempts to salvage a locked item. Added a message saying unlock this item to allow it to be salvaged when their player attempts to salvage a locked item. Fix an issue where players in an expedition or outpost rush could not see help chat messages from players in the open world. Fix an issue in the social pane where players display incorrectly when expanding and collapsing the muted section. Fix issue where the fishing UI would disappear after visiting the options screen. And the preview window for loot bags should now always have proper quantities. And a couple audio fixes, so where settlements music tracks would not always update after the fast travel. Firecracks do not display sound effects. Completing a camp does not play sound effects. Spriggan and Siren event music did not turn off after defeating a boss. Added sound effects to play when new members join a company, and updated the sound effects of various housing items to be quieter. Whew, that was a lot. So, in a nutshell, really good stuff. I can't wait to get that PTR experience in there, guys. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time, but this was a long, exhaustive list. This is exciting stuff. It's important stuff, I think. So I'm really glad I decided to just read the whole thing instead of skimming through it. If you guys have any questions, if you guys have any comments, you know what to do. Leave some messages. Talk to me. I'm not single. I am very much married. I love my wife, and she's always right, and I'm always a stupid moron. Okay, sweetie? If you're married, I'm sure you understand, guys. If you're not married, well, you will understand one day. So I also love all you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me, guys. We're not giving up on New World. I'm not giving up on New World. And I'm going to continue getting as much content as I can out for you guys. I'm going to be working on some PvE builds. A couple of guys in my company mentioned, that there's not too many of those. So not trying to give any of my competitors ideas, but I'm going to be working on, my newest thing I'm going to be working on is the spear musket combo for PvE, mutated dungeons, expeditions. And you want to know why? Because my infamy finally dropped at gear score 600, so I'm super freaking stoked about that. I'm going to be doing some dungeons tonight. If you want to check out my stream, check out my stream. We're going to be doing some company runs, and my company is awesome. I like these guys. They're so cool. Even I forgot his name. Starts with a B. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, really cool stuff, guys. Really cool stuff coming. That's all I've got. Have a great night, everybody.